absolutely no fear for our immense lack of preparation. And yes, that is the cold opening.
Okay. Well,
Welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as RobKTA, and I'm joined as always by friends and co-hosts.
Oh, Rowan, that's me. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, I'm Rowan. You might know me as Mocha, and I am joined as always by.
This is Sheldon. You probably know me as Captain Yanova.
I know you missed a couple weeks there, but like this is your second week in a row on the podcast, bro, and you should know how this goes.
This is special.
Dude, out of it. Not real life beating me up right now.
Rowan is immensely brain dead because life and work.
What else has changed?
50? 50? I think this is episode 50. 50 episodes and.
Is this number 50? Really?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah. A milestone, I think.
Or something, yeah.
Or something. Yeah. How y'all doing?
Oh, man. In the very little time I have, I am still just freaking out about NAIC. I think I can actually see the bags under my eyes on the camera right now. Like, yeah. I have made 3 teams, have plotted out literally
3 now?
I made 3 teams. I plotted out every matchup that I knew of commonly in common leads and backs and everything, and then just sometimes just hate all 3 of them. I have no idea. I think that is just like the nature of the game. I might like
that is
I think
regulation C in a nutshell.
Yeah, I think I might literally make all 3, put them on the wall at the Airbnb, and just throw shit at them until like one of them sticks in it, and I'll take that team. Maybe it's just okay. A dart, but I like the idea, like the chaotic energy of just throwing random objects at the wall instead.
Until something actually sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
It is, the Airbnb this time around is in Mike's name, so, I mean, it's his security deposit or however that works.
If I were to, say, like, fall off the couch onto a table and break it or something, there would be no problem.
No, not a problem at all.
Not like Kevin breaking a table and...
No. I was going to leave that as an inside joke, but sure, yeah. We could
put him on blast.
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
Yes. I fixed it. It's okay.
And then Kevin fixed it better. Y'all, the best part about okay, we're coming to the close of the season. We're gonna talk for the 3rd time about NAIC. I think Rowan and I we were talking right before we started recording, and we're like, we've talked NAIC too many times, and it's not been good. Like we feel bad about NAIC because the prep is just
it's brutal.
Something.
Honestly, if you look at Twitter right now, like top players giving their impressions too, I think they all feel the same way. Like,
it's bad.
We're all ready to be done.
I saw one by Neil, and he was like, he rocked Roaring Moon, like did so well with it at the last event I saw on stream for him. He won his stream match like very deep into the tournament, and I just saw him being like, Roaring Moon is not it. I'm not bringing this thing. I was like, you almost won an event with it like a week ago in this format. Like, that's just how it feels.
That's because you take something on ladder right now, and you're gonna run into stuff, and you're like, I can't beat this, even though it's probably something you'll probably never see because.
Right. I have
you're
just
like,
my spreads.
Oh,
so
man.
much for nonsense that I'm not gonna face.
Yeah. Like there's just so much stuff you're just like, I don't know what. So that makes me think though, it's like what I need to do for NAIC is like bring something really off the wall.
Okay.
Like that someone's just going to look at it and be like, I can't deal with this. Like something I brought early into like kind of prep for it was a Terra flying Palafin with safety goggles.
Did you see that on ladder and we were like,
why?
Oh, no.
I get the goggles. That's real. Why the flying?
Oh, to blow up Among Us.
But you already have goggles. Why do you care?
Oh, just so I can blow it up.
So is it flying
for the rest of the team?
Terra
Blast? Terra Blast. Flying so Jet Punch, Wave Crash, Terra Blast, Protect. It just they send out an Among Us and just make it disappear.
I will say that Terra Water and goggles is a real thing that like
yeah,
pretty
that
well.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never seen flying Terra Blast Palafin, but you know what? You do it. Like that would be a real ladder thing. You would blow some people.
I did it first.
In the GC.
Some people like got so salty like on Showdown. I'm like, I mean, you could have accepted open team sheets. You could have seen what I was going to do.
That's maybe my favorite pastime is like running something just moderately spicy, but just like, you know, normal tech, like people would see it in a team sheet, and then just berating people when they refuse team sheets and lose to it. It's like, this is your fault. You could have clicked the button. There was literally a magic button that would have given you this information, and you chose not to.
Yeah, but I think when I did that, though, I was like, I just straight up lost to Amoongus, I think, for the like, I just didn't have an answer, so I was like, wait a minute, I could just throw Terra Blast on something and give it Terra Flying.
Oh, man.
That's so lovely. Such good... something.
That's the magic of this format right now, too, is you can do that. You can literally throw Terra Blast and whatever coverage you need, Terra type.
Okay.
Just slap it on a team.
What you just said is something...
That's the generation, though, right? Sorry, go ahead.
It's something that we were talking about before the games came out, before we started playing these games competitively. Like, that's
Am
not
I the only
new.
one that Terra Blast has like fallen off for? Like, okay, so
it has. I think
I don't like that it defaults to special if you're not Terra'd, because it makes it just such a better tool for special mons than physical ones. Like, like you can super use it on mons with like Pixelate. Like Sylveon is like the goat of Terra Blast because it just gets a single target fairy move then. But like I've seen it on Chi-Yu, and that's pretty, like, you see like water or grass Terra Blast on Chi-Yu. That's really good. But then like it's a dead slot on Dragonite. I've started like hating Terra Flying Dragonite because it's just like it's my favorite Pokemon, and it's just hogging up that Terra. Like, it real selfish. I don't know.
You need to, like, if you depend
you're almost
on
forced
that Terra
to doing
Blast,
it.
Yeah, no, if you bring it, you're probably using it.
Yeah. That's so like when I try to throw it on something, it's usually something that can also do something without it too, you know?
Yeah.
So like Palafin, like, so running a Terra Blast on a Palafin, you're doing a ton of damage with your two other moves.
So what are y'all's predictions for this? So I will say the biggest trend I've seen, and my prediction, which I don't know if it's been a hot take at this point, but I think I think most of the Dragonites we see are going to be Terra Normal E-Speed. I think so. I think Terra Normal E-Speed plus POW is making a massive comeback.
There's a lot of
Like it was seen as like the early meta kind of like scrub thing. Like, people don't do that anymore. They're doing it again, and
it all comes full circle.
Why it just blows things up? Like, it's actually insane.
That's why I want to bring like a
I'm running
triple.
using it.
I want to
two of my
bring
teams
like a
use that.
Triple Ghost Core here.
There's that one Bruno shared in our group, the high offense rain team with Chien-Pao, and I'm like, ooh, maybe.
Chien-Pao Palafin's still a real thing. Like, that was the first win of the format, was that. I think it's hilarious because you said Triple Ghost, like, kind of joking, but like Fluttermane is the most used Pokemon in the format by a massive margin. That is like kind of why Terra Normal E-Speed stopped being a thing. You know what their solution to that is? Absolutely absurd. Choice Band Dragonites run Aqua Jet. Like, that's meta.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That isn't even just like a weird thing you see. That is bog standard now. Like, so you have something to touch it in endgame.
Yeah. So it might be good to just have some tech though for. I mean, you of course need to, but I'm just wondering, like, you know, if you can set psychic terrain, if you, I don't know, Farragarif. Where's
how did you say that?
Farragarif?
Farragarif, whatever. Giraffe.
No, one more time.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator. So I got to bring one of those now and just name it Refrigerator.
All right. What is y'all's prediction? What's going to be out of the ordinary for NAIC?
My theory is, I don't know why I have this theory. I have absolutely nothing to base it off of.
Good. That's a good start.
Screens are going to be a big play.
I think screens are actually scary, like really scary, and nobody runs Brick Break. Nobody runs the Bulls anymore. Like,
yep, that's part of why. Like, there's no good answer except for the Bulls, but they're gone.
Yeah, there's a reason Alberto Lora has. I mean, the reason he's very good, but there's a reason he's like the best, most consistent performing player out there. It's just, screens are very, very good.
Yep.
Screens and Thunderwave.
Yeah, I think prankster nonsense is going to make some sort of return.
I like that a lot because honestly, like, it sounds like you're depending on RNG, but the fact of the matter is, if you set up those screens, the game is going to be longer, and the longer the game goes, the more T-waves are going to happen, or the more T-wave paralyses are going to happen. So, like,
more
paralyses, paralysis,
Paralysipods.
Yeah, Podes.
Yeah, I mean Thunderwave is great though.
Palace
Just
of
it's always
Podes.
it was great in Sword and Shield, just being able to paralyze. Because even if you not
Oh,
not
it
trying
was
to cheese it,
busted against Dynamax. It was
Yeah.
just unreal. Like statistically, 1/3 chance they are going to lose one of their Dynamax turns if you
Yeah.
T-wave them as they max.
Yep. Yeah, but like even beyond just the full para turns, just the speed control of it, you just have a permanent like gutting their speed.
Yeah.
I would, God, if I was a game designer at Game Freak, I'd do a lot of things. I'd rip this
Get rid
game
of
inside out.
freeze.
But get freeze is one thing. I would make para cut your speed in 4, but have no full para chance,
Sure.
and make T-wave 100% accurate.
I'd be fine with that. I'd like because I don't care. About, like it's nice whenever you get a full para, but I usually do it for the speed control. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the
icing on the
predictable
cake.
aspect of it, right? Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
icing on the
exactly.
cake is the full para turns.
Yeah, that's really nice. I've not ran T-Wave except I think the Orlando. We all know how Orlando went.
What did you run T-wave on in Orlando?
I had Sableye.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
What's
Sorry,
it?
but I got
Hold on.
T-Wave.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
It
That
does
sounded
actually.
I know
So
it's
sounded
Quash.
the-
Quash. I think it might be. What did I have? Okay,
The
let me
last,
pull up.
while you look that up, the last 2 Georgia locals I've been to, I have only lost to one person twice. I mean, I've lost to. It was a different person at each event. That is a lie. No, what I'm trying to say is, the person that I lost to in Top Cut at both of the last Georgia regionals was someone that I beat in pools, and not pools, Swiss, whatever. I'm getting
Swiss,
fighting games
yeah.
confused. And one of them was indeed it was a Sableye with screens, Will-O-Wisp, and Thunderwave. No attacks, just being an absolute nightmare nuisance. Like
And no taunt.
yeah, and I didn't carry taunt because like if you're not running Talonflame, you probably don't have taunt.
You could run a Squawkabilly like me.
Oh, I am a big fat liar. I didn't have any speed control on that
Not
Orlando.
even, not even Quash.
No, I had Light
man.
Screen, Reflect, Rain Dance, and Foul Play.
That's fair.
I was
That's-
manually setting Rain Dance.
That's very like.
That can be good though for
I mean,
depending on the
if you look at Reg D, manual rain is very real. The problem is you need to put it on a mon that does other things.
Yeah.
I guess I don't
Well,
know. Like
yeah, like what is say like screens and a foul play isn't too much.
No, not enough. Anyway, never mind. I'm a big fat liar. I've never ran T-Wave, but speed control is very important in this game.
unless you're jet punching everything to death, of course.
Hey, priority is a type of speed control.
Of course, you might
I
need
go
an
first.
item to boost the power of your.
My
priority
jet
attack.
punch? Yeah, punching glove. Yes, correct. I got there.
I don't know if I have any hot takes for NAIC off the top of my head.
Uh,
think-
except that Squawkabilly's winning the whole thing.
Yes, Squawkabilly,
Okay,
you're gonna
okay.
see Squawk.
If-
I got to get the bird on stream. That's the important thing.
You could probably bribe the right person for that.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
It's like, why are
That's
we
not-
watching like people who are like
Who
2
is
and
this
3
guy?
right now? I don't know. Like, sorry to jinx you. Like, I'm just saying,
That's
if you-
fine. That's fine. Say it. Just go ahead and get it. Just sit
if,
down.
if,
and
if,
your
if,
roast
if
may be
money
the
if
opposite
money
way.
passes hands at the right time, I think you could pull that off.
I'm just gonna walk up there. Just tell my
Enough
opponent, hey,
money,
come with
too.
me.
There's not a lot of money in this scene. I think I think it
No.
would be cheaper than you would
I
expect.
mean, enough doesn't have to be high.
Oh, but I think your 2 big ground types are going to be big. Like as far as like Great Tusk and Garchomp, I think they're
That-
going to have big showings. 'cause they
I
feel
think Great Tusk
really
is-
really good right now.
I think Great Tusk is very underrated. I think Garchomp is kind of taking the spotlight, and people forget how stupidly strong Great Tusk is.
I believe that.
Yeah, so I think some ground types are going to be because every time I go to build a team, too, it's like I look at it and I have like 3 or 4 fighting weaknesses or ground weaknesses. And I'm like, this isn't gonna cut it. Like, I can't go in where I just lose to an earthquake.
Yeah, it's true. That's why you go in with water types and flying types.
Yeah,
Pelipper,
Pelipper, all birds. I was gonna have all birds.
Squawkabilly, and Pelipper. There you go. That's your lead.
Rocks,
Yeah,
rocks fall, you die.
yes.
That's very true. Yeah, I don't know. Other fun predictions, other fun hot takes for NAIC.
Oh man, I got nothing. The more I play, the more I play with this like Chen Pao Dragonite stuff, the more respect I have for people who actually do well with it, because it just seems like you have to have a mini heart attack every turn. It's like, if I call this right, I instantly win, and if I lose, and if I don't, like, I'm stuck in front of a ghost type locked into a normal move like forever.
That's what I was about to say. That's always one of the like most satisfying things for me, is whenever I can, like, oh, you clicked E speed. Well, guess what?
Here's my ghosts.
Yep.
Yeah, I think. Ooh.
Unfortunately, my prediction is it's going to be very boring, because the fact of the matter is, all the best players, all the people who would be responsible for building like a really creative, like, this is super cool and nobody saw it coming kind of team, they are already focused on Worlds. All of them have already made their Worlds invite. Of course, they care about this tournament because some of them, it's like the crux of their day 2 race or something, right? But end of the day,
so,
like, they can probably do almost as well just playing a team they already know works really well, and just like rely on their good playerness. Like,
yeah, they'll play something super consistent.
Yeah.
They'll like, the problem is, and we may have touched on this in some other discussion, I forget where, but like, the format's ending. This is the last event of this format period. Like, no one's gonna be innovating. No one's gonna be doing fun things. If there's any spice that people have brought from their kitchens, it's gonna be
someone who's not going to Worlds, most likely.
Yeah. So, like, someone not going to Worlds, someone who's just like there to have fun, doing something different,
or like someone like Wolf, who is like, this is their full-time job, right?
Sure.
Like, I think that's something that
he gets to make a whole video on it. I brought this to a tournament, like, you know, like he did.
I think that's like the thing I've gathered the most from watching his content, is that like, he had, like, this is his job. He was like, yeah, I had a week to go before this turn. Like, yeah, I don't know if you want, like, there's like a recent like high production value, very very cool looking video, and it's like, going to this tournament was a mistake where he top cut it, right? But
of course,
he's like, I didn't have a team 1 week before the event, and I had to travel, so I just, when I got there, I shut myself in my room for like 36 hours and like DM'd all these people and got a bunch of help, and like, I mean, obviously he could do none of that and grab a paste off of Evan's sheet and still beat any of us with his eyes closed. But like, it's only some people can invest that much time in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, like, you know, like people invest in a full-time job.
Right.
Go figure.
I would like my full-time job to be playing Pokemon.
It would be kind of like if pro athletes got to play against hobbyists.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's really true. That's unfortunately true.
Like, what if you played flag football on the weekends, and then 1 week you got matched up against insert running back here, because I don't watch sports.
Yeah.
Like,
or just oh, here's the Dallas Cowboys. Good luck.
Right.
You know, you're at your YMCA and the Chicago Bulls show up.
Yeah, that's a very fair
like,
comparison.
There's at least no mechanical skill in this game, so it's a little different, but not by that much.
Yeah, I mean, but we're playing a chess-like game, which there's still such a
So if the guy who allegedly used the vibrating cheat codes showed up to your local chess tournament, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you should Google it.
Yep. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you for NAIC?
I think the answer is that I'm gonna flip a coin, and it's either 10 or -1.
All right.
I'd say about at a 5 right now. Still working.
Nice. I was probably gonna say a 4.
The good news is that I am staying there till Sunday, whether I do miraculously well or not.
Yeah.
So
well,
I'm going to go out Saturday night and have a lot of fun.
Ticket,
regardless, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to have a really good time either way. It's going to be fun, despite us being in Ohio, which is, you know, God's blind spot, probably.
Yeah. I mean, come on, it's Ohio. Like,
but we've heard good things about NAIC, at least from last year, right?
Yeah, I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that merch tent, or room, or whatever. I have a
I hope it's more than a tent.
I'm working that Thursday, and that is also when my appointment is to go get merch, so that's very annoying. I have to like just take 30 minutes off and be like, no one bothered me during this time. I'm buying children's stuffed animals.
Just say
I'm flying in right before my appointment.
Just say you have to go poop. Just say I gotta poop, guys.
It's been 45 minutes. I know.
You're telling me.
I don't ask you when you go to the bathroom.
That is the unfortunate nature of work from home. It's like you have to kind of make that kind of excuse. It's like, I'm sorry I didn't respond to your message promptly. I was having like biological functions were happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very fair. I do sometimes miss working from home.
I wouldn't give it up now, but there are downsides.
Yeah, sure.
I still wish I could. There's some days.
Do you think they can just like bring the plane to your house?
I wish. Like just mail me
the
the parts that you want me to put together, and I'll mail it back to you. Like
There you go.
as a full plane.
You'll
I'll just fly it back to you.
yeah.
Is that how that works?
Probably. I assume that you build the entire plane from scratch.
Mail order
we-
planes.
We do build
You
it from
personally.
scratch. But like I basically have like one main part I build, and that's it.
Can it fit in your garage?
Yes.
All right, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Work from home.
Sounds good
Yeah,
to me.
I build the kill beam, which is pretty awesome. 'Cause
That
that's
Okay,
like
it's
the-
called the
that
kill
sounds
beam.
badass. I don't know.
it's you got to think like a boat, so it's the thing in the middle, like the middle beam.
That sounds
that
much
is.
less cool when you say it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I build the kill beam. Much
kill-
cooler.
Yes.
Anywho, so I'm going to say that we're almost done with NAIC discussion because, boy, have we dragged it out and squeezed every drop of discussion out of that so far.
But we'll have
like
more to
trying
talk about
to-
next week.
Isn't it trying to wring blood from a rock or something? Like I forget what the actual
Squeeze blood.
from a stone.
Squeeze blood
I don't
from
know.
a
There
stone.
is some well-known expression. Yeah.
Beat a dead
this
horse.
Idiom. I wish I knew that actually. I'll look it up later. Idioms
Yeah.
and metaphors are things I love.
Malifaux?
Metaphors, yeah.
Huh.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Malamar? What?
Not Malamar. That bridge is upside down. Anyway, so last little bit of NAIC. We're all gonna be there. This episode comes out the day before, so if you happen to A, listen to this the day before, and B, are going to NAIC, come say hi. We'll be there somewhere, hanging out with the Pokesports crew and Bruno and everyone else there who's gonna be in our Airbnb.
There's a lot of folks who are gonna be at this event. Like our Airbnb is just.
I mean,
just us and
everybody's
the
gonna be at the event.
The
Like,
Airbnb
there's
is
over-
just going to be us and the Pokesports folks. But yeah, at the
Yeah.
event, I think everyone. So yeah, like please come say
There's
hi.
a thousand.
If you
There's
see
a
us.
1,000 plus signed up.
1,000 people signed up. That's all age divisions.
Just
so we
VGC.
might,
Yes.
we
Just
might
VGC.
hit the
I think
800 kicker.
we will hit the kicker. Unfortunately, it really doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter.
If this was earlier in the season, I'd be very excited.
It'd
about
matter
it,
if you won.
No,
I don't think it does. No,
it
'cause,
doesn't.
Like, if you win a 10-person regional versus if you win a 1,000-person regional, same amount of points for first place.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, you'll get your qualifications.
Well,
you
yeah,
get
but that
that
doesn't
nice
matter
fancy
for
email.
the
Yeah.
kicker. Don't matter.
No. No,
the kicker
don't
only
matter for
matters
that.
if you need I forget how many points it is for top 256. It's actually pretty significant.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I think I would need to make like top 64 or something insane for Worlds at this point. So
Hey, I've got you beat. I need to make top 2. I think maybe top 4. Maybe top 4 is what I'm
everything's
excited.
possible. Hey, you know what? If you
I just have to win.
If you win, you get to go to Worlds, even if you haven't played all season. So you know what? The hope's alive for literally everyone.
That's true. That is very true.
If you throw enough pocket sand, you can win.
Throw enough pocket sand.
Go stomp on your
Where's-
opponent's feet under the table.
You're about to lose. Just yank the Ethernet cord. They'll never know.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, this is. I do not condone this. If I did, I would have done it already.
Oh, sorry. I need to make top 4. Yes. If I make top 8, I'm 10 points short.
Oh.
Are there any locals left?
I don't know. Oh well, wait. No. I was gonna say, do you think they'll run a PC on Championship Sunday?
I'm sure they will.
Or, yeah, Championship Sunday. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe.
At this point, I've already chosen not to buy tickets to Japan because
Yeah.
I forgot to get the spectator pass, and the chances of making Worlds are very slim. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, I'll just like sell a kidney to go if I do make it somehow, but otherwise it's not worth it. I'll just go to Japan when it's convenient. Also, their summers are very hot. It is a stupid idea to go if you're not going to Worlds.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be disgusting. In August,
It's gonna be
Japan.
rough.
I don't know if they're like Europe where just like nobody has air conditioners because you don't need it for most of the year.
Yeah, I think so.
Nah.
I think they have like portable, but like I think central
Well,
AC
they got the
is
small.
nice.
They don't have.
Hotels
like,
probably
solid
would, I would think.
portable AC, like what I have in my office because I
Dude,
live
you're
in Florida.
Florida. What are you doing?
Yeah, why don't you have central AC in Florida?
No, I do.
Oh,
you
just
just
double
need to
double
double
air
up.
conditioning. Actually, I
Yeah.
respect that. I respect
But
that.
for
a lot.
for my office with my super hot math toaster right here.
That's why I need to do that for mine. I need to put a portal because like my vent doesn't work as like it doesn't
Yeah.
cool as good down here.
All I have is like a small whatever vent here to push air out, but like nothing takes air away in my office. And then like
Yeah.
right now when I'm recording, my door's closed. So like I'm
It just gets toasty.
My wife's biggest problem is that cat hair keeps clogging the vents to the desktop. Actually.
and the best part about this portable AC is I got it for free because Amazon messed up.
Oh, you can't beat that.
I have a like a very expensive flat screen from that exact thing happening. It's
Yours
very
is
nice.
yours is better.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's always a good feeling like when they do that though. Like
Now my very
like they ship you
hungover-
something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's
And
okay. Yeah.
and then like they're like, oh, it got lost because it didn't show up, and then it shows up and they already refunded you, and you're like, well.
Mine was they sent me a TV. It was missing the screws to put it together. And I was like, hey, I need those screws. It's very important for me to be able to stand this thing up and watch it. And they're like, all right, well, we'll send you those screws. And then they sent another TV. It was also missing those screws.
I'm about to say,
Are you kidding? And they're
you
like,
can just go to Lowe's.
Yeah, no. And at
Like-
some point, I was just like, yeah, no, I did. I go to Home Depot. The screws were too long, but that doesn't matter. They just kind of stick out the bottom, and now I have $2,000 TVs that are
There you
identical
go.
in my house.
$2,000 TVs
You should just kept. You should
held
just kept
together
this
by the
train.
wrong screws.
Yes,
You should have just kept
exactly.
this train going, just being like, just see how many.
Come on,
of those
guys, send me another one. I'm
Like,
sure
go.
this,
you
I'm
did
sure
it.
this
Send
one
me
will
the
have it.
screws.
I did some research online. Apparently, if you buy those TVs from a store, they will tape the screws to the outside of the box, and so I guess Amazon just doesn't do that in their warehouses. So
That's really strange, actually. That makes no sense.
that's on you.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, so apparently we're done with NAIC for now.
Yeah.
So what
We'll have a lot
comes?
next
Okay, so I think our options. You can tell we haven't planned any of this in ahead of time. We're just-
We are
We
super
had
prepared.
we had like 3 sentences exchanged about it.
yeah. So you had two
More
options.
than normal.
We can either do other video games, or we can talk about what we think about what's going to happen in Worlds and Reg D. Because I know all of us have played so much Reg D.
Oh, we got plenty of time for. I say we go other video games because we
Other
got
video
plenty
games?
of time
Alright,
for,
alright.
for Reg D and Worlds.
Oh god, it is late. I haven't had dinner, so let's do it. Yeah, it just means this will hit me more. All right, yeah, no,
All right.
I'm a little tipsy off of like a drink and a half, so that's fantastic.
Everyone's having a good night.
We can say that. That's how it'll work.
Mondays.
Mondays. Oh man, what a day.
Yeah. So, other games. I'm falling off of Street Fighter. Unfortunate. Did you? So there's like a fundamental difference between Street Fighter and every other fighting game I've played, and I haven't played Tekken. So that in mind, is that in every other game I've played, if you press one button immediately after another, it will like buffer it and be like, you pressed a punch and then a kick like really quick, and your punch isn't done. That's fine. We'll just remember that you pressed the kick, and then that'll come out afterwards. In Street Fighter, you have to time it. It's like a rhythm game. Like you go punch, wait a quarter of a second, kick, and if you press it too early or too late, your character will not kick.
Oh,
And I'm finding that out. Like it is very frustrating. I think that's like a fundamental part of the game. It's like what people like. It's like kind of like a rhythm game, and like people have like gotten that rhythm embedded into their system since like the late '80s or something insane. Like when this was in arcades. And I am bad at it, and it just makes the whole thing unfun. So it is 100% skill issue, but I think I need a new video game.
Well,
The alternative is for me to like grind away and like gain new muscle memory in my early 30s.
that's
But
rough.
that sounds not great, especially when I was going to drop the thing anyway. When Riot, the people who make League of Legends, have like years ago, they announced that they were building a League of Legends fighting game. And showed some really sick footage, yeah. And they were gonna put like League of Legends esports money into it too, and so
Okay,
I'm looking
great.
forward to that. And I know that's gonna be accessible as all hell.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Because it's League of Legends, and
Yeah,
Riot,
exactly.
they want to make money.
They want a massive audience. So
Yep.
Is that still coming? I've not heard about
we
that.
haven't
I've
heard
not-
anything that it's canceled, and they just kind of work in silence until they have something to show you. So I don't know.
It sounds
Fair
like
enough.
it sounds like Pokken or something. Like it's
I
gonna
would
end up being like that.
dude. If there was a real Pokemon fighting game, I would actually sell a kidney for that.
Okay,
I only
now,
need one.
Was Pokken a bad game?
It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't. I don't feel right just completely bad mouthing it because there was a competitive scene. It was at
Right.
Was it on at Worlds and regionals and
Yeah,
stuff?
it used to be at
like
Worlds,
A short while?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like it was a skill based game. It was not easy, but the audience was very small because it missed the casuals and the hardcore people at the same time.
Yeah.
And managed to be not
Well,
good for either because
And it wasn't like marketed well or
Yeah.
anything either. Like no one knew that existed. I feel
It
like.
looked super great. The graphics were
Yeah.
on par with Snap 2 in my opinion, but
Yeah.
so the issue with it is that there's two parts of it. There was an arena fighter. I don't know if you've ever played the Naruto Ninja Storm games or the Dragon Ball Tenkaichi stuff. Not a real fighting game, and that it's not a side by side 2D fighter. It was a 3D arena thing.
Yep.
So you kind of lose a lot of the elements of fighting games that the people who are super into that love. But then it also switches to a 2D fighting game randomly with a phase shift in there, and so it was just it
Isn't
sought
that,
out a very weird specific audience, and at some point I think it was the same 10 people going to tournaments, and that was
Doesn't
it.
that happen when you you do your super finishing move or
Some
whatever?
kind
and
of
then it
move or something.
switches?
Yeah, I played through the story mode and kind of put it down because I didn't have
Okay.
anybody to play with in real life with it, and
I
you
played
can't
a
depend
demo
on
once.
Nintendo Online, right? So
True. True.
it looked great. It was pretty fun, but it didn't feel
It
like
could have
something that
been
was worth going
something,
in
but
depth.
yeah.
They'd
Yeah,
have
it
to
needs some
they'd have to
polish.
hire an outside company that already did this stuff very well to make one, and then I don't know.
But that ain't happening.
I think the real thing though is that I think fighting games need to license IP.
Sure.
If they license Pokemon, it would sell so well
Oh, yeah.
to
Oh,
people who have no idea what
yeah.
they're doing. Because what was it? I think Dragon Ball Fighters. I loved that game also. It was made by the same developers of Guilty Gear, but it sold more than any fighting game in history. Period, because people loved
Because
Dragon
the
Ball.
IP, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not because it was a well-built game, which it was. It was just because it was Dragon Ball and it looked amazing.
Yep. And anything you slap a Pokemon on it is gonna sell.
Yeah.
Pokemon
I do think
prints money.
yeah. So thank you for indulging me in my in my niche hobby game. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is what you guys have already been playing for a while. Is after NAIC, it's Diablo 4 time.
Excellent.
Nice.
I was gonna say, if you need a new game, we have Diablo.
Yeah,
Which-
that seems like a good low stress way to waste my life.
It is. That's what I've gathered, right? So I haven't played a whole lot in the last 2 weeks for Diablo, but when it came out, that week or week and a half, I was playing pretty consistently. It is a great way to just click away your life, in I mean that in the best way.
No, absolutely.
Like, you
I
need
think
that.
that competitive games are really fun until they become really not, and you just need a palate
Yeah.
cleanser.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
it's the burnout from it.
It's
Sometimes you
burnout.
just need to veg out and just play a game that you can just veg out to.
The second you start assigning any amount of self-worth to how well you're doing at any hobby, it doesn't even have to be a video game. It can be literally any activity you perform that isn't necessary to your survival.
Yep.
It loses all entertainment value whatsoever, and it just
Yep.
becomes a chore, and that's no fun.
Yes. When hobbies are chores, they're no longer hobbies, right? It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And especially a game competitive games too. If there's any kind you could just have a bad day and then it's just going to compound it because
Yep.
you're losing.
Have I told you about Milwaukee?
I thought you did
Yeah.
okay at Milwaukee, right? I can't remember. No, you didn't.
No.
No, you did.
No,
did you go to Milwaukee?
I did.
That was the one I didn't go to. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, my
Yes.
bad. I thought I'd been to
Yes.
everything, but you guys went on without me.
Yes. Yeah, that was just me, Kevin, and Bruno.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not great.
Nope.
I don't think I was on the podcast immediately following that. So
Oh, actually, yeah,
No,
that makes sense. I think that's one of
yeah.
your absent ones. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the confusion.
That's
yeah, it
just
was-
a blank. It's a blank
terrible.
area.
We don't talk about Milwaukee.
okay.
And then Kevin and I paid money to play more Pokemon the next day. And it
Did
was
you go to a local?
no, the PC that they held
PC,
at the thing, and it was just as bad.
Hmm.
So it was just I realized that I need before
Never go back to
tournaments-
Wisconsin.
I'm never going back to Wisconsin. I need caffeine. I did not
Yes.
realize how much I need caffeine to function
caffeine
with
is
this
in-
The
brain game.
the warm radioactive Red Bull in the backpack is a power
Necessity.
move. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Disgusting.
That's a good idea.
You power through.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I still think they need a beer tent or something in the corner.
Just to power up Cap. Actually,
Yeah.
that's. I think that is an idea. What if at every regional you had to take a shot between rounds?
Oh, bring it! I'm winning that.
Dang it! I'm gonna have to bleep that out with Cricketune.
I just want to say that Little Root Lessons apparently swears on their podcast and they don't have a problem.
Do they?
Yeah, they that was like a whole thing when we were on there. I was like, are they allowed to say that? And they said, yeah. I'm like, all right.
No, they said no because I don't bleep out things. Is what I thought they said.
I asked if they
Oh.
bleeped it and they said no. So
No, we don't bleep, so don't say anything.
Yeah, I
no,
think
they
it was
said
that one.
something.
We have a good editor here
remember.
who I'm just making sure he gets some.
Oh man, I gotta just remember 35 minutes into the recording, which is not necessarily 35 minutes into the episode.
So-
those numbers are different.
If we're gonna use the Cricketune noise, I think it's important that you swear for the full length of a Cricketune cry.
No,
Otherwise, it's harder
No.
for Harrison to
I
edit.
need,
No.
yeah, I need,
no, no. I get to choose like which part of the cry I use, or the whichever part of that I want to use,
Why not the whole thing?
because then it was one word. whereas Cricketune cry is the whole paragraph. Anyway.
That is fair. Oh god, what were we talking? Oh yeah. I think 9 drinks over the course of like 8 hours. That would still be really rough. I think a lot
it'd
of
be
people
almost
would,
1 an hour. I'd be fine.
You'd be fine. You would be effectively
But-
sober. Like I don't know about like 95% of the.
Oh, see, that's
the
great.
player base.
That'd be so much fun. We should do this.
I have an idea, and this is an old idea that
Oh,
we've
is this
already
the after
had.
party?
Yes, actually, yes. What we're gonna do, we're gonna actually do this after NAIC. I am signing us up for it. It's live right now. We're gonna do a Captain's Corner Patreon episode.
Sweet.
I think that does have to be Patreon because I don't think I can put it on YouTube.
that goes to Patreon.
Correct.
Once upon a time, there was an after tournament hangout with everybody. Which was it?
That
It was
was
Charlotte. No, it was Knoxville. It was
Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Knoxville, yes.
Yeah,
Knoxville.
and Cap told us some wonderful stories about his past, and I think we're gonna have to put that elsewhere.
We gotta monetize Cap's trauma,
Experiences.
Experiences.
Drama? Yeah.
depending on.
I
We'll
like
call
to go
it
with
male comedy.
experiences.
Okay, we're gonna make it happen. So, y'all, here is a good time for my pitch. If you'd like to hear Captain's Corner episodes as well as support us in general, Patreon down below. Hey, it's just $1.
Can we make it cheaper than $1? I don't even.
No. Maybe, but no. It is a very simple tier, $1 a month, and you're gonna get Captain's Corner content here later, eventually, and maybe we'll make a whole show out of that. Who knows?
That'd be fun.
Something interesting. But yeah, I think that's a very fair point. What were we talking about before we got into the
New
swearing
games.
and new games, other games? Diablo, that's what it was. Diablo's a fun point and click adventure.
Yep, just mash buttons and kill things.
Yeah, so we do need to you have to do that, Rowan, because we need to do a Diablo episode, because we've been threatening that for about a month, I think. Because I think before the game came out, we were like, oh, we should do an episode on that.
Real life is gonna beat me up until about
No,
halfway through
that's
next month.
that's
But, yeah.
extremely fair. Hey, at end of next month I have Comic-Con, so I'm out a week. We'll see how that affects.
San Diego Comic-Con?
stuff. Yeah, San Diego.
Oh, that is something.
Yeah, that'll be super fun. Although, so what's interesting, since we're super on topic for this podcast, for this episode, apparently like Marvel pulled out of Hall H, which
It's like
is
the big
a
one,
big
right?
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hall H is like where they
the
do.
The MCU is dead to me, so I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people feel that way at this point.
I mean, it's certainly dragging on. I haven't started Secret Invasion or anything, but
I do like there are shows that are worth watching probably, but like I don't really care about the
I
continuity.
haven't seen
anymore.
anything since the last Avengers movie.
There was a point where I had to work when Endgame came out, and so we paid an ungodly amount of money to take an Uber like out of Seattle to the suburbs to go see it on launch night, and that was like I was really
you're
into it.
You're in Seattle.
Yeah,
Ah.
and because I was traveling there for work, and
Yeah.
nowadays I will not go to a theater. Period. I'll wait for it to come out in streaming, maybe. Like,
Okay. I think it is very fair to say that like Endgame was the big culmination of their stuff, and now like post Endgame they're trying to reset that up, and it hasn't happened
You should
yet.
not need 5 years to set
Yeah.
things up.
No, but Endgame was 10 years in the making.
Okay, but but like 5 years into that, there was like
Yes.
something.
No, you're correct. I wholeheartedly agree.
It's kind of anticlimactic at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've already had world-ending thing, so now it's like, oh no, what do
That's
they do
like
now?
if anyone that knows Marvel comics, that's the story they know though is
Yes.
the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos. Like that's the pop culture thing. No one's
Well-
gonna know hardly anything else.
It
this
goes
point.
hand in hand with the MCU though, to be fair.
Yeah,
Right? Like it became that much more whatever.
yeah, but
So-
I don't know what in the world they'll build up. They like, cause I haven't followed anything from that forever. Like, what do you build
not
up
sure.
to now?
I'm not sure, especially with these actors dropping.
They're all,
Right?
they're
It's
all
like
dropping.
even without that, drama, no one was gonna know who Kang was compared to Thanos.
Sure.
And I don't think that the Kang actor is doing particularly well.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that, but yes, that too. That doesn't help.
so it's like, what if our villain, who's already struggling to like be recognizable, had to change faces entirely, or be Ezra Miller? So like, because that does well for your movies.
Flash
Didn't come
Flash
right, yeah.
dropped super far, and
It didn't have anywhere to drop from in the first
Yeah,
place.
well,
Like,
Yeah.
that too. So,
yeah.
What other
Anyway, we
video
are
games?
not a movie podcast. I don't know.
We're
You're talking
not.
about Comic-Con.
We're
This might be a sign, y'all.
we got this. We got this. A little bit more.
It's been
trying to think. I saw something I thought would be cool. I had
Oh?
to get y'all on board.
Yes.
So I'm trying to remember the name because I'd never heard of it. It's a Speed 5 is the name of like the group. They're like a wannabe esports kind of group, but they do like kind of competitive like grand strategy games and stuff. But like they'll run like challenges and all of like playing like Crusader Kings 3 or something where like they're like, oh, play the game, don't lose, but hey, you need to complete challenges along the way and you tally up points. Seemed super fun, and I was like, it'd be fun for us all to have like a grand strategy game like that and just multiplayer it up.
I
Do
mean,
that for like a
Crusader
few.
Kings.
You what?
Is it specifically Crusader Kings? That game is actually
and
wild.
Yeah, Crusader Kings is great, but you
I've
can do
never
that.
played
Any of the Paradox games are good for something like that. But
It's like if the early Game of Thrones seasons were a video game
Right,
kind of
right,
thing.
right,
yeah.
right.
yeah,
But, like,
yeah,
The politics and other parts of it, not the
it gets wild.
dragons or
Like-
whatever. Yeah.
there's-
It's boring then.
There's so much RNG in like the
Yeah.
game too. Like every playthrough is different, and you just do some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been into like Civ or those kind of games where it's. like
It's
those-
different. It's different than that though. It's
Sure.
different than Civ 6 or something like that. It's almost like if you play with like multiplayer, it almost turns into like a D&D campaign almost.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet because
All
everybody's
right,
kind of
you can drag me in with that.
Yeah, like you can role play your character. Like if you want to be a cannibal Viking, you could be a cannibal Viking and do cannibal Viking stuff. It's
What
pretty
a
great.
what a great sell.
Yeah, yeah,
Cannibal incestuous Viking, if I recall. But yeah.
yeah. That
something
you
like
can add that to
Oh.
it if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can do all the things.
the
Yeah,
the
so
world is
I-
your oyster.
I'm getting
Oyster.
excited for Pikmin 4, which is also a strategy game, but I
That's
don't know
true.
if there's
Pikmin
quite
4.
as much cannibalism or incest in Pikmin.
No.
But
Those Pikmin are aggressive.
they would probably eat each other push come to shove.
Yeah,
If you had to like ran into another Pikmin person, then
I have not run into a
They probably-
single other human being in real life who is like really into Pikmin.
really,
It's
dude, I
kinda
was
bizarre.
so into those games when I was a kid.
Oh really? Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Now you get a dog in the new one apparently. Like
The
I-
dog looks so cute.
You can, the dog kind of seems like they were worried that people were getting like turned off by the game being kind of discouraging when all your guys die, and it's like, well, there's this dog who can do everything that a pigman does and also can like ferry you across water. So,
But can you pet the dog?
that does measure whether a game is good or not, and that's why Tears of the Kingdom is -1 out of 10.
No,
But
you can pet the dog. You just build a terrible contraption to do so. Have you seen that? With the
I have not, but that's fair. That does get around the loophole. I like that.
Yes.
Can the dog be hurt by it?
No.
It's an invincible NPC. I like that.
Someone builds a combustion engine in Tears of the Kingdom. I saw that floating around Twitter
You can build
or something.
God.
It's super Minecraft.
It's terrifying.
Like actual engineering, except kind of, because the laws of physics aren't really obeyed. So you.
And like, there's nothing you can do with the engine. But
I think someone did make
But
a
it
perpetual.
does.
They did make a perpetual motion machine in there because friction
That
isn't
too.
a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw something like that. I haven't actually looked at what it is, but I saw something floating around. I'm like, ooh, I want to.
It was one of those things where like the water flows around and causes the propeller to go again, and then just throws the water back around to it.
I hate it. I've not finished Tears yet.
Me neither.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
it's become my airplane game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why
Yeah.
we're playing on the way to NAIC. It all comes back to NAIC.
I'm at a very annoying part in the desert right now. It's like I think the desert's my least favorite part of the game, actually.
I still haven't been to the desert, actually. Yeah,
So
that's the
very
two-
little visibility, and you
Really?
can just I won't spoil it.
Well,
But,
that's how it was in Breath of the Wild too, wasn't it? It was.
it's
Yeah, I
worse.
think
it's-
is it
it's
worse?
distinctly worse.
Oh,
Oh, we need to do a Tears of the Kingdom spoiler cast too.
Maybe once we've all beaten the game,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like 3 months. That's fine.
3 to 6 to 9 months.
Something like that.
we'll need stuff after Worlds.
After Worlds.
Yeah.
Hey, after
Okay.
NAIC, it's gonna be great. Breaking Pokemon. We'll do other things, but I think we're done.
Yeah.
You want to wrap it
Call
up?
it.
Let's
Yeah.
call it here. So, stay tuned. Come find us at NAIC. After NAIC, the next episode we'll talk a little bit about our experiences there for sure, because we'll have stories to tell of wild times, the Airbnb, terrible matchups, and hopefully not terrible Uber drives. That was super fun. What else do we have going on? After NASC, we might do other content stuff, right? Different games, more stuff on the channel. Captain's Corner, we're gonna do it because that just sounds like a good time, especially post NASC pre-World stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue to talk about Worlds as it gets closer to that. What else do we have? Fun things that have happened as of late. Rowan and I guest starred on the Little Root Lessons podcast. You can find them at LR Lessons on Twitter, and I think YouTube as well. If I remember, they'll be linked down below to where they are. So that was super fun. Shout out to them, and thanks for having us on the pod. What else is new? Can't think of
Nothing else.
anything.
Yep. Haven't made any new content, so
Yeah.
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 Like, don't bother checking me out just yet.
But we'll still plug it late in like 13 seconds. The other fun thing is, let's see. Yesterday, if you listen to this when this comes out, yesterday, I was on Pokesports. I have no idea what that's going to be because we're recording that in 2 hours from right now. So I'm super excited for that.
Man, you're staying up late.
I'm going to take a nap.
If I did that, it'd be Kevin by himself.
Nope. So hopefully that was a fun discussion and podcast episode where you can check it out at their stuff. The link will be down below as well. We have been the Game Corner. Thank you to RobKTA and Game Chops. These were our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner off the Ultraball album. I have been Harrison. You can find me at row_ixon at everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Technically Instagram, but I haven't posted there for like 7 years. Rowan, who are you?
I'm Rowan. You can find me on YouTube at Rowan Hall. And Sheldon.
Captain Unova. I'm Sheldon. You can find me. You can find all my stuff in the links below.
We're professionals. Technically.
Technically.
that there is a slight whatever. Anyway, if you want to add to us being professionals and get Captain's Corner stuff, except all of Patreon down below, Discord down below. Post NAIC, we'll probably have more time to do like maybe some grassroots type tournaments. So look forward to that. And join the Discord because we are just continuing to grow that community. Talk about games, talk about Pokemon, and all the fun things that exist between all of that. You can find us at Game Corner VGC at Twitter. We tweet sometimes. There we go. That's it. Find us at NAIC. Come say hi, please. It'll be super fun. And then it'll be great. But until next time, press start and game on. Bye!